There is something happening inside you that you haven't been able to explain to anyone. A heaviness you carry in silence. A loneliness that sits in your chest even when you're surrounded by people. A pain that you hide behind, "I'm fine." You've been giving your heart to others, but your heart has not found a place to rest. And recently, someone you loved walked away. Someone you trusted changed. Someone you cared for deeply stopped caring for you. You keep asking, why? Why did Allah let this happen? Why did my heart have to break like this? Listen to me carefully. This was not rejection. This was not abandonment. This was Allah intervening in your life. There is something Allah is trying to show you. Something your heart has been too wounded to see. Something you were never taught to understand. And if you leave now, you will miss the message your heart has been begging for. So take a breath. Sit with me, because what you're about to hear will change how you look at every heartbreak, every separation, every silence, every unanswered prayer you've ever lived through. This is where your story turns. Allah gave you worth before people ever did. Before the world ever gave you a name. Before your family ever held you. Before anyone smiled at you, loved you, or rejected you, Allah already knew you. He knew your soul before your body was formed. He knew your voice before you ever spoke. He knew your heart before it ever broke. You were known by Allah long before you were seen by people. And when Allah created you, He did not create you in haste. He did not create you without intention. He did not create you without value. No, He created you with care, with design, with precision, with love. Your heart was shaped by the most merciful. Your soul was breathed into by the most holy. Your dignity was given by the King of all kings. So why do you lower yourself for those who cannot even see the depth of your soul? Why do you chase what was never meant to define you? You cry over those who ignore you, yet the Lord of the heavens is waiting for you to speak to Him. You seek love from those who do not understand your spirit, yet the source of love calls you every single night in the last third of it, asking, "Who is calling upon me so that I may answer them?" You chase faces that look away from you, yet Ar-Rahman never once turned away from you. Your worth was never tied to people. Your worth was written by Allah before people even had the power to break your heart. You were honored by Allah when He said, "We have certainly honored the children of Adam." This honor, this dignity, is not something any human can give or take from you. So when someone does not value you, it does not reduce your worth. It simply reveals that they were not capable of seeing it. Gold shines, even if the blind cannot see it. A diamond remains priceless, even if someone treats it like a stone. Your value is not based on how others treat you. Your value is based on who created you. And Allah created you with value. Allah created you with honor. Allah created you with purpose. There is something inside you that the world did not give, and so the world cannot destroy it. But you must remember the one who made your soul, the one who wrote your journey, the one who knows your scars, your fears, your anxieties, and your silent prayers. Before anyone ever broke your heart, Allah knew how strong it could become. Before anyone walked away, Allah knew how much room it would create for something better. Before anyone rejected you, Allah knew He would pull you closer through that pain. Loss is not always a loss. Sometimes it is a divine rescue. Sometimes Allah removes what you begged for because he heard conversations you did not. He saw intentions you could not. He saw what your heart refused to see. So no, your worth was never in that person. Your peace was never in that attachment. Your identity was never in their acceptance. Your value comes from Allah. Your dignity comes from Allah. Your story is written by Allah. And when Allah writes your story, pain does not break you. It transforms you. Disappointment does not destroy you. It redirects you. Loneliness does not crush you. It teaches you to sit with Allah. Your journey is not random. Your heartbreak is not meaningless. Your tears are not wasted. Every moment of your life has been seen by Allah. Every time you stayed quiet instead of defending yourself, Allah saw it. Every time you forgave instead of taking revenge, Allah saw it. Every time you chose love instead of bitterness, Allah saw it. And Allah does not forget the hearts that choose goodness, even when they are not treated with goodness. So do not let the world make you forget who you are. You were not created to beg for love. You were not created to chase those who ignore your worth. You were not created to break yourself for people who do not even know how to hold hearts gently. You were created to stand, to rise, to know who you are in the eyes of Allah. When you remember your Creator, you stop begging His creation. When you remember your source, you stop chasing reflections. When you remember your worth, you stop lowering your standards. Because you finally realize you were valuable before they came, and you will still be valuable after they leave. Love that must be begged for is not love. There is a kind of love that lifts your heart, a love that feels gentle, a love that feels safe, a love that feels like home. And then there is another kind of love, the one you have to beg for, the one you have to chase, the one that makes you feel like you are never enough. The second one is not love, because real love does not need to be begged for. Real love does not hide. Real love does not make you feel small. If you have to convince someone to care, if you have to constantly explain why you deserve attention, if you have to cry to be heard, if you have to break yourself just to be noticed, then understand something deep. You are not being loved. You are being used. You are being tolerated. You are being kept, but not cherished. And Allah did not send you into this world to settle for that. The heart Allah gave you is soft. It feels deeply. It cares sincerely. It loves honestly. And that softness is a gift, not a weakness. But when you give a soft heart to a hard person, it bleeds. It breaks. It collapses under the weight of being unvalued. And eventually, you begin to think something is wrong with you. You say to yourself, maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I don't deserve love. Maybe I need to be quieter, smaller, simpler. But no, beloved soul. Listen carefully. You are not asking for too much. You are simply asking the wrong person, because the right heart will not need to be taught how to treat you. The right soul will not make you doubt yourself. The right love will not make you feel unworthy. Love that is written for you will feel natural, peaceful, kind, consistent. The Prophet ﷺ said, "None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself." Love in Islam is not dramatic. It is not painful. It is not full of games. It is sincere and gentle. And Allah never sends a love that harms your spirit. So if you find yourself begging someone to stay, begging someone to listen, begging someone to choose you, Stop, step back, and look at your heart. Look at how tired it is. Look at how heavy it has become. Look at how much of yourself you have lost trying to hold on to something that is slipping away. Love is not meant to drain you. Love is not meant to make you cry more than it makes you smile. Love is not meant to make you question your worth every day. If someone truly loves you, they will make space for you. They will make time for you. They will listen to you. They will choose you without hesitation. And if they do not, then your begging is not love, it is self-abandonment. Do not abandon yourself for someone who cannot even see you. Allah is the one who created the bond between hearts. If a bond must be begged for, then it was never from Him, because what Allah writes comes with mercy, not humiliation. What Allah sends feels like clarity, not confusion. What Allah intends for your life will never require you to become smaller just to fit into it. Remember this, real love will find you when you choose Allah first, because a heart that is filled with Allah will never treat another heart carelessly. So stop begging for what is not written for you. Stop fighting for what is draining you. Stop crying for what cannot see you. Your heart is too precious to be left in the hands of those who do not know how to hold it. Let go so that Allah can replace what you thought was love with what was truly meant to be yours. Your silence has power. There are moments in life when your tongue wants to speak, when your heart wants to explain itself, when your soul wants to be understood, but you remain silent, not because you are weak, not because you have nothing to say, not because you are defeated, but because you finally learned that not every truth needs words, and not every battle needs to be fought. Your silence is not empty. Your silence is full of everything your heart carries, full of everything your mind has already processed, full of everything your soul has already understood. Silence is not the absence of power. Silence is power. Sometimes speaking shows strength, but sometimes silence shows control. You do not have to respond to disrespect. You do not have to argue with someone committed to misunderstanding you. You do not have to explain your worth to someone who is blind to it. Silence is your shield. When you are silent, you protect your heart from unnecessary wounds. You protect your mind from unnecessary chaos. You protect your peace from being taken away. There are people who do not listen to understand. They listen to reply. They listen to win. They listen to defend their ego. And the Prophet ﷺ taught us, whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him speak goodness or remain silent. Your silence can be an act of worship. Your silence can be a form of strength. Your silence can be a way of saying, I choose peace over proving myself. Because you do not need to prove who you are. Your character shows it. Your behavior shows it. Your presence shows it. Your silence shows it. There is a silence that hurts. Yes, the silence when you are ignored. The silence when you are unappreciated. The silence when your heart is full but no one asks how you are. But there is also a silence that heals. The silence where you talk to Allah instead of people. The silence where tears fall, but only Allah sees them. The silence where your heart breaks, but it breaks in His hands. That silence is sacred. It cleans your soul. It resets your spirit. It teaches you where to return back to the one who never left. There is a silence that reveals people. When you stop reaching out, you see who reaches back. When you stop explaining, you see who tries to understand. When you stop pouring love, You see who was only there to drink it. Your silence exposes the truth without you saying a single word. Your silence says, "If my presence didn't matter, my absence will." Your silence is a mirror. It shows others who they truly are. Those who love you will feel your silence. Those who value you will notice your silence. Those who care for you will break your silence. And those who never cared will be comfortable without you. This is not a loss. This is clarity. Allah uses silence to answer questions your heart has been asking for years. Silence teaches maturity. Silence teaches wisdom. Silence teaches patience. Silence teaches faith. Not responding is sometimes the strongest response, because it shows that your emotions are no longer controlled by others. Your peace is no longer dependent on their attention. Your worth is no longer tied to their validation. Silence is the language of those who trust Allah. You are saying, Allah knows the truth. Allah sees the situation. Allah will handle what I don't need to explain. And He does. He fixes what you cannot. He reveals what you could not. He protects you in ways you never realized. So when you choose silence, not out of fear, but out of understanding, you are not losing. You are rising. You are moving into a higher level of emotional and spiritual maturity. You are choosing peace. You are choosing dignity. You are choosing Allah. And Allah never lets the silent heart suffer without reward. Your absence reveals the truth of hearts. There are times in life when you try your best to love. You show up. You care. You give. You stay loyal. You forgive more times than your heart could handle. You try to hold everything together, even when everything felt like it was falling apart. You thought your presence meant something. You thought your effort mattered. You thought they saw your sincerity. But one day, you step back, not out of anger, but out of exhaustion. Not because you stopped caring, but because your heart was tired of bleeding silently. And in that moment of stepping back, you learn something powerful. Your absence speaks the truth your words never could. Because when you were present, they thought you would always be present. They took your patience as endless. They took your love as guaranteed. They took your loyalty as duty. They stopped noticing the value of your presence because it was always there. But the moment you step away, the world reveals itself. Those who truly loved you, their hearts feel your absence like a missing heartbeat. They look for you. They ask about you. They try to understand you. They reach for you before distance grows too large. But those who were only pretending, they simply replace you. They move on. They treat you like a chapter that has ended. It is not sadness that comes from this revelation. It is clarity. Allah shows you who belongs in your life and who was only passing through. Your absence is not punishment. It is Allah's way of clearing your path. Sometimes Allah removes people not to hurt you, but to protect you from a heartbreak that would have destroyed you later. Sometimes Allah ends connections because your soul was shrinking to maintain them. Sometimes Allah separates you from someone because He heard conversations you didn't. He saw intentions you couldn't. He felt the envy behind their smile that your love was too pure to notice. Your absence is a teacher. It teaches others how to value you. It teaches you how to value yourself. When you distance yourself, you see everything more clearly. Who checks on you without needing something? Who remembers you when you are not useful? Who cares for your heart, not just your presence? Absence exposed truth. Like sunlight exposed dust in a quiet room. And sometimes it hurts. The emptiness becomes heavy. The silence becomes loud. The memories become stronger. The heart asks, did I matter at all? Was I ever loved? Was I just temporary? But listen, just because they didn't value you does not mean you were not valuable. A pure heart is never wasted. A sincere love is never pointless. A loyal soul is never forgotten by Allah. If your love was real, Allah recorded it. If your intentions were clean, Allah accepted them. If your heart was honest, Allah saw it. Allah does not allow the sincere to be lost. The world may not return your love, but Allah always will, in ways far greater than what you lost. Absence is where the heart breathes. Absence is where the soul resets. Absence is where Allah heals you in silence. And one day, when Allah writes the right person into your life, your love will not have to compete. It will not have to beg. It will not have to prove. It will be seen, valued, protected, and honored. Because what is from Allah does not need to be chased. Your absence is not a disappearance. It is a return to yourself, a return to your peace, a return to your dignity, a return to your Lord. And the one who is meant for your heart will find you there. You were not created to beg for love. Your heart was created noble. Allah did not shape your soul from cheapness. He did not design your spirit to be thrown at the feet of those who cannot hold it. He did not place love inside you so you could beg for it. You were not created to kneel before the creation. You were created to kneel before the Creator. But when the heart becomes attached to people more than Allah, the heart begins to starve. It begins to lose itself. It begins to shrink in silence. You start waiting for messages that never come. You start begging for effort that should be natural. You start wishing for love that was never sincere. And slowly, pain becomes your new normal. Loneliness becomes your companion, and your heart begins to forget its own worth. But hear this, you were not created to chase love. You were created to be met with love. Allah put love in your soul because He intended for you to experience it, but not through humiliation, not through heartbreak, not through begging. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "None of you should seek love by humiliating themselves." When you chase someone who is running away from you, you are not pursuing love. You are running after a wound. When you beg someone to stay, you are not asking for love. You are asking to be tolerated. And Allah did not create you to be tolerated. He created you to be cherished. You deserve the kind of love that does not make your heart restless. The kind of love that does not make you doubt yourself. The kind of love that does not make you compete for a place in someone's life. Love should expand you, not shrink you. Love should soften you, not break you. Love should feel like peace, not suffering. But sometimes, the love you beg for is actually a test. Allah watches how far you are willing to go for someone who is not willing to take even one step toward you. Sometimes the one you are fighting for is the one Allah is protecting you from. Sometimes the heart you are chasing is the heart that would have shattered you. Sometimes the tears you shed today are the mercy that saves you from greater pain tomorrow. Because Allah knows what you do not know. He hears conversations behind closed doors. He sees intentions hidden behind smiles. He knows what you are being protected from. So when people leave, when love fades, when you feel abandoned, do not see loss, see rescue. Your heart was never meant to crawl after those who do not value it. If someone wanted to stay, they would stay. If someone cared, they would show it. If someone loved you, they would not make you beg for love. Love that requires you to abandon yourself is not love. Love that requires you to break your dignity is not love. Love that forces you to become smaller just to fit inside someone else's world is not love. Do you know what real love is? It is when someone sees your flaws and chooses you. When someone knows your pain and holds your heart gently. When someone understands your silence and stays. When someone values your presence without you needing to prove why they should. Real love is ease. Real love is mercy. Real love brings you closer to Allah, not further away from Him. If love is draining your soul, if love is confusing your heart, if love is making you cry more than it makes you smile, then it is not love. It is attachment, and Allah is trying to set you free. Let go of the hands that do not hold you. Let go of the hearts that do not feel you. Let go of the people who only come close when they need you. Let go. Not because you do not love, but because Allah loves you more. And He will never take something from you unless He is preparing to give you something better. Something that will feel like home. Something that will feel like peace. Something that will feel like dua finally answered. Because you were not created to beg for love. You were created to receive love from the one who never stops giving. What is meant for you will not run from you. There is something you need to understand. Something that will save your heart from unnecessary pain. Something that will bring you peace in moments where your chest feels tight and your mind will not stop. What is meant for you will never need to be chased. What is written for you will never need to be begged for. What Allah has chosen for you will never require you to break your dignity just to keep it. Because what is from Allah comes with ease, not desperation, with clarity, not confusion, with peace, not emotional exhaustion. But we are human. We want to hold on to what we love. We want to control outcomes. We want to write our own story. We cling to people, moments, and memories, not because they are good for us, but because we are afraid of letting go. We fear the unknown more than we fear losing ourselves. So we chase. We insist. We try again. We try again after that. We cry and say, maybe if I just love harder, maybe then it will stay. But love does not stay because you suffer for it. Love stays because it is written by Allah. And if Allah did not write someone into your life, no amount of love, begging, patience, loyalty, or sacrifice will keep them there. When something runs away from you, it is not always rejection. It is often protection. Sometimes Allah removes people from your life because He heard conversations you did not. He saw intentions your heart was too gentle to recognize. He saw the betrayal before it happened. He saw your tears before they fell. Allah takes away to protect, not to harm. But your heart does not understand that at first. It only feels the emptiness, the sudden silence, the unanswered messages, the distance growing where closeness once lived. You ask yourself, why did they leave? Did I do something wrong? Why wasn't I enough? But your heart needs to hear this. You were enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. Their leaving was not a reflection of your worth. Their leaving was a reflection of their capacity. Not everyone knows how to love deeply. Not everyone knows how to value sincerely. Not everyone knows how to hold a heart gently. and Allah saw that. So He wrote distance, not to hurt you, but to save you. Because when Allah writes someone for your life, they will choose you without hesitation. They will stay without being forced. They will love you without being taught how to. A heart that is meant for yours will feel familiar. It will feel like peace. It will not feel like fighting, proving, or struggling. It will not be, "I am tired, but I cannot leave." It will be, "I am home, and I do not want to go anywhere." What is meant for you will not make you anxious. It will not make you question your value every day. It will not come only when you are useful. It will not stay only when it is convenient. What is meant for you will come with sincerity, with consistency, with reassurance, with softness, with loyalty. You will not have to chase. They will walk toward you. You will not have to beg. They will give without being asked. You will not have to prove anything. Your presence will be enough. Your heart will rest. Not because life is perfect, but because the love is real. Allah does not write temporary love into a permanent heart. So if someone left, if something failed, if something did not work out, if someone changed, if someone walked away just when you needed them the most, it was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of your healing. You are not being punished. You are being redirected, rejected from what would have broken you, protected from what would have drained you, prepared for something purer, deeper, and gentler. Because what is meant for you will feel like it was always meant to be. And when it arrives, you will look back and say, "Ya Allah, I understand now. Thank you for protecting me when my heart didn't know how to protect itself." Your heart is sacred. Protect it. Your heart is not just a part of you. It is the center of you. It is where your love grows, where your pain rests, where your faith lives. Your heart is the place where Allah looks. Not your wealth, not your beauty, not your status, not your achievements. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Allah does not look at your appearance or your wealth, but He looks at your hearts and your deeds." Your heart is the most precious thing you own. So why do you treat it like it is something ordinary? Why do you hand it to those who do not know how to hold it? Why do you allow people to walk in and out as if your soul is a hallway, not a sanctuary? Your heart is sacred, but life teaches you to forget this. You gave love freely to people who did not value it. You gave loyalty to people who did not honor it. You gave sincerity to people who did not deserve it. And every time someone broke your trust, something inside you dimmed, not because your heart was weak, but because it was pure. Soft hearts break the deepest. Pure hearts feel the most. Sincere hearts bleed silently. But listen carefully. Your heart is not weak for loving deeply. Your heart is strong for still being capable of loving after it was broken. There are people who carry scars that no one sees, smiles that hide heartbreak, laughter that hides loneliness, kindness that hides wounds. And Allah sees it. He saw the nights you cried quietly. He saw the prayers you whispered while everyone slept. He saw the moments when you tried to appear strong while your soul was collapsing. Allah has never been blind to your suffering, but He wants you to learn something. Stop giving your heart to those who do not know how to hold it. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. Not everyone deserves the softness inside you. Not everyone deserves the depth of your loyalty. Your heart is like a garden. If you open it to everyone, people who don't know its value will trample the flowers. They will pick what is beautiful and leave everything else broken. They will take what they need and leave you empty. Protect your heart the way you protect something priceless. Guard your peace. Guard your softness. Guard your dignity. Guard your emotional energy. You do not need to respond to every message. You do not need to explain yourself to everyone. You do not need to stay connected to every person who once mattered. You do not need to keep relationships that drain your soul. Just because you love someone does not mean you are meant to stay connected to them. Some people were lessons, not destinations. Some people were chapters, not home. Some people came to awaken you, not to stay forever. So do not punish yourself for letting go. Do not blame yourself for choosing peace. Do not feel guilty for guarding what Allah told you to protect. Your heart. A heart that keeps giving without being valued will eventually collapse. A heart that keeps forgiving without being respected will eventually break. A heart that keeps loving without being held will eventually bleed. But Allah wants your heart to be whole, not shattered, not bruised, not emptied. He wants your heart to return to Him. Because when your heart returns to Allah, it stops begging for people. It stops fearing loss. It stops breaking over temporary love. Your heart becomes safe. Not because life becomes easy, but because your heart finally rests with the one who created it. Your heart is sacred. Treat it as such. Not everyone deserves to hold it. Not everyone deserves access to it. Not everyone deserves to know its depths. Give your heart carefully. Give your heart slowly. Give your heart only where your soul feels peace. And remember this: the person written for your heart will protect it, not break it. There comes a moment in every believer's life, a moment when the world becomes loud, but the soul becomes quiet. A moment when the heart has cried enough, and the tongue has explained enough, and the mind has fought enough. A moment where you stop speaking to people, and you start speaking to Allah. This is the moment of the whisper that happens when the world sleeps, but your heart is still awake. The whisper that happens when your voice is too tired to pray out loud, but your soul knows how to speak without words. You sit there, in the silence of your room, hands empty, heart heavy, eyes tired, and something inside you whispers, "Ya Allah, I'm trying." You don't need heavy language. You don't need perfect words. You don't need to know what to say. Allah already heard you before you spoke. Allah already knew the tears before they fell. Allah already understood the pain before you could describe it. He is closer to you than your own heartbeat. You break, and yet you break in His hands. You fall, but you fall into His mercy. You collapse, but you collapse at His door. And He says, "Call upon me, I will respond." The world told you to be strong, but Allah tells you to come broken. The world told you to hide your tears, but Allah loves those who cry to Him in the night. The world said, "Move on," but Allah said, "Bring your heart to me." Is the moment your heart realizes, no one understands you like Allah does. No one knows the story behind your silence. No one knows the weight behind your smile. No one knows the war your soul has been fighting. People see the outside. Only Allah sees the inside. There are wounds you never told anyone about. There are heartbreaks you never explained. There are prayers you made that no one knows about. And Allah did not forget a single one. Every silent dua, every hidden tear, every quiet act of patience, every moment you wanted to give up but didn't, Allah recorded it. Allah witnessed it. Allah valued it. Do you think your patience was for nothing? Do you think your kindness was wasted? Do you think your tears were ignored? No, never. Allah said, "Indeed, your Lord is never unaware. Even when you feel unseen, you are seen by Allah. Even when you feel unloved, you are loved by Allah. Even when you feel alone, you are held by Allah." And the heart whispers again, "Ya Allah." You know, you don't need to explain. You don't need to justify. You don't need to prove. Allah knows the intentions behind your actions. Allah knows how much you gave when no one noticed. Allah knows how many times you stayed when your heart was hurting. Allah knows how much you cared even when others did not value it. Is not a prayer you speak. It is a prayer your soul breathes. It is the quiet moment when you realize Allah has never left you. Even on the nights where grief sat beside your bed, even on the days where your chest felt too heavy to carry, even on the afternoons where you smiled but felt empty inside, Allah was there, watching, carrying, protecting, healing you slowly, softening you gently, pulling you toward Him quietly. Is Allah calling your heart back home, not to a place, but to Him? Because peace is not found in a person, not in a place, not in a moment, not in a word. Peace is found in Allah. The heart only settles when it returns to its Creator. Your story is not over. Your heart is not finished. Your healing has already begun. You just don't see it yet. Allah is preparing something that will make you look back and whisper, "So this is why I had to wait. So this is why it hurt. So this is why I didn't give up." Your tears are writing your future blessings. Your patience is building your future joy. Your silence is forming your future peace. Nothing is lost. Nothing, not a tear, not a prayer, not a moment of patience, not a moment of pain. Allah kept every moment safe with Him. So listen is saying, do not break for people, break only for Allah. Because when you break for Him, He puts you back together stronger than before. Take a moment, don't rush away. Let your heart breathe in what it just heard. Because everything you went through, every tear, every lonely night, every silent heartbreak, every unanswered why, none of it was a coincidence. None of it was random. None of it was wasted. You were not being broken. You were being rebuilt. You were not being abandoned. You were being redirected. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. Allah does not remove something from your life unless He is protecting you from something you couldn't see. Allah does not let your heart shatter unless He is reshaping it into something stronger, softer, deeper, wiser. You didn't lose anything. You were saved. And one day, you will look back and say, if that pain had not happened, I would not have become who I am today. Your story is not over. Your heart is not finished. Your healing is not done. So tonight, when the world sleeps and your room falls quiet, and it's just you and Allah, tell Him everything, not with polished words, not with long prayers, just with your heart. Because Allah already knows. He was there in every moment. He never left you for a single breath. The chapter that hurt you is closing. The chapter that heals you is about to begin. Walk forward with dignity. Walk forward with peace. Walk forward knowing what is written for you will arrive. And when it arrives, it will feel like coming home. May Allah fill your heart with a peace that makes you forget the pain. May He replace what you lost with something that was always meant for your soul. May He write for you a love that honors you, protects you, and brings you closer to Him. Amen.